another one. Okay, and with UFC 315 behind us now. Okay, and with a new welterweight champion in JDM. Will Islam make history and move up to the welterweight division and conquer two weight division championship? That's a tall order. That is a tall task. Look, what JDM was able to do to Belal Muhammad was absolutely amazing. The fight was phenomenal. If you watch my post fight reaction to UFC 315, you would have heard me say JDM versus Belal Muhammad might have been the best championship fight of 2025. Okay? And that is guaranteed. Whoever wants to debate with it, go ahead and debate with me. But in my opinion, that fight was a barn burner from beginning to end. Okay, it went 5 rounds. It had technical, moments in there. Both guys very technical. Both guys were being patient. They both were landing. Okay, JDM just found just a little bit more grit in that 5th round. Now, going into that 5th round, like I said, I thought it was 2-2. I thought Belal had two, and I thought JDM had two. It was very, very close, razor close. Okay, and in that 5th round, I told myself, whoever wins this round is gonna leave a lasting impression in the judges' minds. Okay, and look, in the beginning of that 5th round, I thought Belal Muhammad was taking it. I was like, oh no, Belal Muhammad looks like he's about to take it. But then JDM woke up, started landing combinations, landed a knee, split him open, had him bleeding, had him backing up. JDM, new welterweight champion. Now, how you doing, Richard? How you doing? Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, man. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, guys, okay? But, guys, with that said, will Islam Makhachev be able to move up to the lightweight division? I mean, the welterweight division. I think if Islam, moves up to the welterweight division, I really think that he has a good chance of becoming double champ. I really do. Islam walks around at almost 200 pounds. The guy is a big guy already. He's not a small guy. And not only that, but he's phenomenal everywhere. You guys saw, the fight with Islam versus Dustin Poirier. That fight was phenomenal. Okay, very very good fight from beginning to end. That was another barn burner fight. You know what I mean? Similar to the JDM versus Islam. I mean versus Belal Muhammad. But now it could look similar. It could look similar to that fight if Islam moves up to the welterweight division and faces, champion JDM. It could look similar. JDM, he likes to land combinations. He has great stand up. You know what I mean? Very patient on the feet. He looks for openings. He's very similar to Dustin Poirier, but just he's much slicker. I'll say he uses a little bit more of his power than Dustin Poirier does. But it's gonna be a phenomenal fight. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. Marty McFly. Yeah, man. I agree with you. I agree with you that you got to stay original to yourself, okay? Stay original to yourself. India or Pakistan? I have no idea, man. I'm not into really the whole political thing, so I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on out there, man. You know what I mean? Good luck to both of them. Good luck to both of them, man. Really, honestly. You know what I mean? But I think Islam might be able to pull this off, man. I think Islam is gonna be, they have a good chance. He has a good chance of pulling this one off, man. He really, really does. He moves up, faces JDM, becomes champion. I think, I mean, Islam said it. He's not letting go of his lightweight strap. So I think eventually we will see that Ilya Taporia fight with Islam. However, I think it'll be after he becomes champion versus champion. To be honest with you, you know what I mean. And who does Ilya Taporia fight? Is he gonna fight Charles Oliveira? You know what I mean. That's another question that we have to ask. You know what I mean. Does does Ilya Taporia face Charles Oliveira for basically number one contendership to fight Islam when he comes back to the division after he faces JDM? If he beats JDM, he becomes a double champion. I just wonder. I wonder. It's a good question. These are great questions that need to be answered. You know what I mean? I'm not sure how that's gonna look, but I tell you what, man, I'm totally impressed with JDM. JDM definitely opened up my eyes. I already watched that fight twice. I'm probably gonna watch it again. You know what I mean? It was a great fight. I do want to see, you know, where Islam can find openings and possibly use his wrestling, to be able to beat JDM. I want to see if there's openings for that. So I might watch the fight in a technically watching. Who you got? Ilya versus Charles. That's a tough fight, man. That's a tough fight for Ilya. Charles is a big guy. You know what I mean? He's a bigger guy. He, walks around heavy. Got great Brazilian jiu-jitsu skills. But he has a tendency to get caught. He does have a tendency to get caught. And maybe, just maybe, potentially, Ilya Taporia might catch him and might finish him on the ground. That can possibly happen, man. To be honest with you, if I had to choose somebody right now, I think Ilya got it. Keep going. I'm almost there. Wow. I'm new. Oh, well, welcome, man. Welcome. If you're new, welcome. You know what I mean? Like and subscribe, guys. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. You know what I mean? Thank you for supporting independent MMA media. Thank you so much, honestly. But yeah, man, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that fight really looks, against Ilya and Charles. But if I had to pick somebody today, it'll be Ilya, if I'm looking at it right now. I am new to the channel. Thank you so much, man. Where am I from? I am from the southern part of America. I am from the south of America. You know what I mean? I am from America, United States of America, but in the south. That's where I am right now. But I'm originally from up north. Rob versus RDR. That's another good one. That just got booked. I saw that. I saw they announced that. That one just got booked. I mean, man, if I had to pick somebody right now, I'm picking Robert Whitaker. But, he is coming back from an injury. So I don't know how he's going to be able to take punches, especially with the injury coming right here in his jaw. I don't know if he's going to be able to take punches the correct way. I don't know if he's going to be a little, he's going to be a little, I don't want to say, ring rust, but I don't know if his tendencies are going to be the same. So if I had to pick somebody right now, I'm going for Robert Whitaker, but I'm not sure if he could pull that one off. It could be tough for him. Love from India. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I remember you. I remember you. What's going on, guys? What is going on? Do you think Bo is overrated? Yeah, I do think Bo is overrated, guys. That's my opinion on that one. I just think Bo was way overrated. I mean, the guy was talking about himself on his podcast like he literally sucks himself off. Okay? All right, let me get a drink real fast. Hold on. The guy was talking like he sucks himself off, man. It was I think Bo Nickel just he really thought he was on championship level, and finally he got humbled, and that's exactly what I wanted, and a lot of other people wanted as well. That is the truth. Hello, mate. How you doing? How you doing? From Brawl Stars. How you doing? Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. It's my humble abode. You know what I mean? It's my humble abode. Can't complain. You know what I mean? It keeps me warm. You know what I mean? Keeps me cool. So I'm totally appreciative. But yeah, guys, I think Islam has Islam Makhachev has a good chance of becoming double champion. What do you guys think? You know what I mean? And with that said, how does the lightweight division, end up turning out? Is Ilia Topuria going to be, the number one contender after he fights Charles? Because I do think he ends up fighting Charles. And if he does end up fighting Charles, who wins? How does that look? Honestly, I'm not sure. I am not sure how is that going to look, guys. But like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, guys, okay? Interim belt. Yeah, most likely an interim belt. Most likely an interim belt for that lightweight division. But, I mean, who takes it? You really think Ilia Topuria goes in there and beats Charles Oliveira? I mean, that's a tall order, Easier said than done, guys. Easier said than done. By the way, can you do a shout-out for me, please? You could call me Lucy. Well, Lucy, shout out to Lucy, wherever you're from, Lucy. Hopefully you're having a good one, a blessed one, and bless you and your family, okay? Ilia by decision. Chris says Ilia by decision. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. You really think Ilia goes out there and beats Charles Oliveira, by decision? You think Charles Oliveira takes an L? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know, but like I said, like I did in my explanation, man, to be honest with you, Charles Oliveira does have a tendency to get caught, and maybe Charles Oliveira does get caught later in the rounds. He slows down. Ilia Topuria lands some punches, drops him, ends up finishing him on the ground. That could possibly happen. Or it could go the other way around, because Charles Oliveira is a killer. He's a monster. He's going to be longer. He's going to be able to use his, his length to his advantage. There's a lot of answers. I mean, a lot of questions that need to be answered. You know what I mean? Oh, my God. But, yeah, man. UFC 315 was a good card, man. Not for my UFC predictions, though. My UFC predictions went awful for UFC 315. It's probably the worst of the worst, actually, of this year, of 2025. But as it stands right now in 2025 for my UFC fight predictions, I am 92-74 right now. I definitely have to get more dubs, definitely after this event, just because, man, I took so many L's in this event. It's just amazing, So as it stands, I am 92-74 for my UFC fight predictions. So that's what it is. I think JDM is more difficult fight for Islam than Ilia. Everyone thinks JDM had not takedown defense, but if you look at tape, you will know there is no one that can hold him down. I have a question. What is your name? You could call me OE. You could call me OE. All right, that's what they call me, OE. You feel me? And that is a good analysis, man. That is a good analysis about that fight, especially for JDM. I do agree with you. There's been multiple people that have been, able to take down JDM, but they're not able to hold him down there for long and do, enough damage, enough significant damage. All right? We had Burns do the same thing. And then now we have Belal Muhammad, similarly, take down JDM and just not able to do enough damage, not able to hold him down there for long. JDM comes back to his feet. He's able to use his technical striking to his advantage. So that is a tough fight. That's a tough fight. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Islam has a tendency, he doesn't really hold people down. Islam's whole game plan is like he'll take you down for a purpose. So the purpose of taking you down will be for a submission, to graduate position to a submission. And that's how usually Islam wins. If you watch the Dustin Poirier fight. So It's very interesting. That fight would definitely sell. I'm definitely watching, and yeah, man, there's some exciting moves happening in the UFC right now. Okay, hi, OE. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for watching my streams, man. I really appreciate it. And if thank you for saying that. You love watching my streams. I appreciate that as well. That's why I get on here. To communicate with people around the world, wherever you're from. You know what I mean? It's good. It's good. That's the good part of technology. That footwork was good, huh? JDM had good footwork, man. JDM had good footwork, and not only did he have good footwork, but he had good combinations, man. Good combinations, and he was very patient. He wasn't out there trying to take off below Muhammad's head. He used, a lot of his combinations, and then he chose which punches to put more emphasis into. And eventually in that fifth round, JDM found success, and he was able to find huge success in that later in the round, and found a way to win, to get that dub and find gold. Yo, I gotta go for real quick. I gotta eat. Yeah, go ahead, man. Eat, enjoy yourself, man. Eat and enjoy yourself. Enjoy your meal. All right. Blesses for me to you, man. Blesses for me to you. Who would you say is the best boxer in the UFC right now? Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it, guys, okay? Thank you for supporting independent MMA media. And for that question, okay, who's the best boxer in the UFC right now? Let me see. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who's the best boxer. It could be, Ilya Taporia. It could be Alex Pereira. It could be Peter Yan. I like Peter Yan's style. Man, it's so many choices, man. I don't really know. It could be JDM. There's a lot of fighters out there that are really good. I'm not sure. You know, I'm not sure who's the best as of right now. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I really don't know who's the best. But yeah, man, I'm interested in seeing that fight. I'm interested in seeing that welterweight fight between Islam and JDM. I think Islam does deserve his chance to become double champion. He's defended his belt multiple times. I don't see why not. So yeah, you're doing great with this channel, man. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the motivation. Thank you for the motivation, man. That is huge for me, all right? Because there's enough negativity in this world. So when somebody spews, some good stuff, that is good, man. You got the juice, man. Thank you to you. Cheers to that, man. Said hi. How you doing? How you doing? How are you doing, guys? But yeah, man. I think with this whole movement, I think Islam becomes, maybe he becomes double champ. Maybe he becomes double champ. He's able to do something that Khabib Nurmagomedov wasn't able to do, and he sets himself apart. He sets himself apart from Khabib Nurmagomedov. That's a possibility. You know. What else, man? I mean, there's a lot of great fights that could possibly happen this year, man. I don't see why not. I mean, we still got DDP versus Chimaev. That's another great fight that I'm waiting to see, when the UFC actually books that, man. I really want to see that fight, DDP versus Chimaev. I think, I can't discredit DDP. Even though he looks like he's fumbling himself to a win, the guy is just he's just Keith Jardine just on crack. You know what I mean? Because he's able to succeed tremendously with it, with that sort of chaotic style. But I wonder how that style ends up going against Chimaev, man, to be honest. You are smarter than me, so why is that the brain? Can't remember, you forgot something, but can't remember what you what it was you forgot. Uh, Man, I'm not sure. Short-term memory loss. I have no idea. Yeah. Yo, I know why they are not in the same weight class, but I want to keep Jury versus DDP. You want to see Jury versus DDP? Yeah, right. They have similar, they have similar styles in a way where it's like their striking is so unorthodox. You know what I mean? That would be an interesting fight, to be honest with you. Now that you mention it, it would be to watch DDP versus Jury. That would be good. That would be good. I don't see why not. But I don't think that fight ever happens just because Jury, he walks around, man, he's basically a heavyweight where he walks around. He walks around like at 230, 225 around there. You know what I mean? So maybe even more than that. So I don't think that fight ever happens, to be real. But that would be a good fight. That would be a good fight. Who you got in that one? Man, I like Jerry. I've always liked Jerry, especially when he came into the UFC early on. He just had this just different type of striking style, and even now he has a different type of striking style. It's just a little bit more, technical in a sense where he has a lot more head movement. He's a lot more technical, a lot more patient with his striking, and a lot more knowledgeable when it comes to mixed martial arts in general. So I like Jerry in that fight. I think Jerry ends up possibly hurting DDP, early on. But DDP is good too, and he's strong as well. He uses his wrestling well. Even though it looks crazy and unorthodox, he finds success, man. He really does. So, gotta give him the credit where credit's due. Ah, man. But yeah, guys, I'm about to get out of here. I wanted to keep this short and sweet. I did, want to get on here really fast and, talk about, Islam, possibly finding success in the welterweight division if he's able to fight JDM. But, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that fight even, ends up looking. All we could do is just imagine and hope that the UFC ends up booking it for this year. Because it's still early, man. We're halfway through the year. It's still early. They could possibly book it for, maybe I'll say maybe 4 to 5 months from now. Gave JDM enough time to actually heal. So we're looking at, what is it? It's May, June, July, August, September, October. Probably in, end of September, beginning of October card. Islam versus JDM. Sounds good to me. You could book that fight. I'm down. I don't see why not. I don't see anything else that's exciting, to be honest with you. Don't think JDM took too much damage, so yeah. Yeah, man, I don't think he took too much damage. He just gotta, use some ice, I think. Heal up his wounds on his face and stuff like that. He didn't get any major cuts or damage like that. So yeah, yeah, give him about like maybe 4 months. 4 months. Book that fight in September, end of September. You know what I mean? Around the 25th, 28th mark. And end up, yeah, booking that fight. Why not? I find it. The sooner you do it, the better. What is my opinion on the Jones situation? Well, I don't think it's a situation anymore. I just think, honestly, John Jones is retired. I don't think he wants to fight anymore. I think he's just teasing the UFC and he's teasing, Tom Aspinall, because John Jones knows that he's the top dog in that division, man. There's nothing happening in that heavyweight division. Honestly, there's nothing happening. The heavyweight division is in shambles. There's no one there. The only guy that Tom Aspinall could actually fight is John Jones to build a legacy. There's nobody in that heavyweight division for Tom Aspinall to build a legacy off of. And if he does, he definitely is not going to be considered one of the best heavyweights to ever grace the octagon in the UFC, no matter how many times he's able to defend that belt. Because there's nobody there. The level of competition is awful. Now, respect to all those heavyweights. It's just that is the truth. That is facts. So with John Jones, I don't think he'll fight in the octagon anymore. I think he's retired. I think he's just waiting to give back the belt. Honestly, that's my honest opinion on that one, man. I think he walks away. Yep. I think he walks away. But anyways, guys, I think I'm out of here. I wanted to keep this one short and sweet. You guys have a good one, okay? Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media. And until next time, y'all, bless yourselves. And, yeah, man, stay safe and stay blessed.